my name is John Adams, and I'm a tour guide here in Chinatown. I conduct a tour called Chinatown Walks, along with lots of other tours in Victoria. I'm also a member of the board of the recently formed Victoria Chinese Museum Society, and we're trying to look at Chinatown as a museum as a whole. But of course, wherever we are in Chinatown, everybody gravitates to the Gate of Harmonious Interest.
The Gate of Harmonious Interest was designed by Mickey Lamb, who was a member of the planning department back in the 1970s and 80s, until his retirement recently, in fact. And it's based on traditional Chinese gate motifs. So anyone who has been to China knows that there are gates everywhere, into parks, temples, industrial estates, wherever there are gates. This was the first one in Canada, and today almost every Chinatown in the country has a ceremonial gate. There's lots of symbolism here, and that's really the purpose of the gate. This one has lions. Right over here we have the male lion, and the male lion works with the female lion who's across the street. She's easy to spot because she is holding the lion cub. You really need the pair of them, and together they will help deflect or scare away the evil spirits. Of course, the lion dance is very much about that. The lion dance is going to help scare away and clear the place of bad energy. But having done that, we also need the dragons. And of course, the Dragon Boat Festival is so well known in Victoria. Dragons are really important because the dragons bring good energy. So the lions will dispel the bad energy, but the dragons will bring the good energy. And there are dragons all over the Gate of Harmonious Interest. 6 big dragons in gold against a black background, some on each side in groups of 3. 3, of course, is an auspicious number. And the dragons are the symbol of the emperor. It's a very strong, powerful symbol. And that's why dragons are really such a positive influence. And if we look at other places, you'll see dragons all over Chinatown. Any visit to Chinatown really must include Loy Singh. I'm standing in front of it right now, and it's been here for a long time. The building that this is in dates back to 1885. It's the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association's headquarters at that time. Loy Singh became a tenant about 4 years later, and has been in the building continuously since then. It's a butcher shop. Barbecued pork and duck, roasted in the traditional Chinese style, of course. And people have been coming here to get their barbecued pork and duck and a few other delectable things since those early days. Anyone who's walked through Chinatown knows there are lots of little tiny passages. Some of them are famous, like Fantan Alley. We'll see that in a few minutes. But Dragon Alley, it's been here for a long time as well. Gated at night, but open in the daytime. A couple of interesting offices and shops down there, but the name Dragon Alley brings us back to that wonderful theme of dragons and how powerful they are. And right at the entrance to Dragon Alley, one of the stores, the bubble tea place, and the owner has got into the spirit of Dragon Alley. When Canada did away with pennies a number of years ago, he collected lots of them and put a dragon on the floor at his store. It's one of the big attractions for me down at this end of Chinatown. Fantan Alley. Any walk through Chinatown is not complete without a visit to Fantan Alley. Probably one of the most famous thoroughfares in all of Victoria, if not in all of Canada. Very narrow, of course, at each end, a little bit wider here in the middle. Fantan is a Chinese gambling game. Very, very popular back in the 1800s and early 1900s among the young men who came here for the gold rush and the Chinese who built the railway. But upstairs there were 6 big gambling dens. They're all gone now. The last one closed in the late 1960s. But the names of some of them are still here. The spaces upstairs are used for apartments and studios and offices now. The name of one of these places is right here. It means the New World. The Victoria Chinatown Museum Society is hoping that all of Chinatown will be our museum, that we're going to interpret the stories and the businesses and the people who make those businesses their livelihood and who live nearby. are going to be part of the story. But most importantly, come down to Chinatown and have a look for yourself, because there is a lot that's new and old in Chinatown to enjoy.